Hi everybody, so we're back with Chats with Meg. Before I start, please like, share, subscribe if you do enjoy them or anything that's on the channel. Please comment anywhere to anything that you would like to see covered from kind of both aspects of mine or Kuba's or anything at all that you'd like to see. The more that you can support, the more obviously we can bring lots more kind of content to the channel and hopefully kind of educate in the sense of our methods when it comes to bodybuilding. Anyway, so today's topic is around supporting and being in a relationship with someone who is a bodybuilder, and we'll also tap into kind of still being able to balance home life, family life, social life alongside obviously being a bodybuilder. So when it comes to being with someone who is a bodybuilder, I don't think it's a necessity for the other person to be a bodybuilder. I think that lots of people think that it's going to work better if someone is a bodybuilder, or that it's not going to work if they're not a bodybuilder, and I don't think that that is the case. I know that if I wasn't a bodybuilder, mine and Kuba's relationship would still be very good, and obviously he will probably compete for a lot longer than what I will, so I will be a person who isn't per se a competitive bodybuilder anymore. I'm still into health and fitness, yes, and I'll still very much be in the land of training, etc. Nothing will really change, but I will be a person who's not a competitive bodybuilder, and that will not break down our relationship at all. I think it mostly just comes down to the support and understanding, knowing and educating your partner on what bodybuilding is, and getting that support from them is so important. Like, it's obviously something that is very important to you, and whether they understand it or whether they get the situation of why you'd want to be one, as long as they are supportive, it doesn't matter. It will work, and things will work either way. It's like you're not destined to have the same interests as each other all the time, but as long as you are supportive with that, I think that's all that matters. It's very much like if someone is a footballer, if somebody does anything that's a hobby, even if it's something like video games online, if the other person doesn't understand it, doesn't matter, as long as they're supportive with it, show an element of interest because it is something that the person that they love is very interested in. That is something that sets a tone for the relationship. Support is everything, and you don't have to like the same things as each other. You don't have to want to like the same things as each other. As long as the support is there, that is all that matters. Obviously, you don't even have to go down the route, especially as a bodybuilder, of cooking meals, doing X, Y, and Z things, but having that support there of someone who is there to help with little bits of your journey, I think that is how it works, and the most thing that does matter. When it comes to juggling family life, juggling social life with bodybuilding, I have obviously not got children, but I have a very active family life, and the way in which I've got around them understanding it and getting them part of it is making them part of it, educating them in the way of bodybuilding, making them come along to the competitions to see kind of the end product, kind of showing them the journey, making sure that I'm present in the moment when it's a time that I'm spending with them. If I'm on prep, I make sure that I still do things with them even though they're prep friendly, and that's the way in which you go about juggling all these different things. As well as being a bodybuilder, you can still be very successful within bodybuilding and juggle all these things. I follow many a woman, many a man who are pros that juggle having children, that juggle having a real active family life and still allow their bodybuilding to thrive. It's just down to what you want. It's down to being organised, it's down to being kind of serious around what it is that you want, and making sure that obviously you are still active within those things. You don't want to finish being a bodybuilder and wish that you'd done X, Y, and Z things. If you don't want to be part of a family unit, if you don't want to have all these other things going off alongside it, that is absolutely fine, but don't blame bodybuilding for that. That's what you want. Bodybuilding is there as a hobby, as a career, etc. But you don't have to stop all these other things alongside it to be successful. There are many people within bodybuilding, many other sports, that are still very successful in business, have very successful lives around. Even people who are business owners, they still have very good family lives. They still have a great social network because they make it work through their own timekeeping and through their organisation. And that's the main fundamental when it comes to being able to juggle a family life alongside bodybuilding, to make sure that all things can work in synergy, work really well and fit together. And that will keep your relationships strong, it will keep your marriages strong, it will keep everything very strong if communication and organisation skills are at the top of your list, to make sure that obviously everything can work in synergy. If you ever want any help with anything, please feel free to drop me a DM or drop a comment below, and we can talk about being able to balance things and work things together effectively.